So what I want to do is just show all you guys watching out there, you might be thinking of coming to New Zealand and this drive might be a trip on your bucket list. I want to show you exactly what it takes to drive from Christchurch to Akaroa and what to expect along the way. This is the middle of July and we are in the middle of New Zealand's winter. So if you're even thinking of coming here in the winter time, this is what to expect, guys. Same as usual, guys. If you like the channel, you like to see things about New Zealand, remember to subscribe, like, and drop me a comment in the comments below. So let's get into it. Yeehaw! So we've come out of the CBD, guys, and we're heading towards Akaroa. Now this little township that we're in now is called Horswell, and this is basically the last big little township, if you know what I mean, before we hit the open country, and then we start travelling into Banks Peninsula. So guys, sit back and enjoy the ride. As you can see here on the right, guys, there's a huge flower shop open there. They actually grow their own flowers there. It's always good to go and have a look if you want some fresh flowers, and they actually grow them all year round, and they heat those glass houses with coal. Wow, that's not very environmentally friendly, is it? So we've got Taitap is 6 kilometres, Mochikaroa is 16, Little River 42, and Akaroa is 70. Now we're in the middle of the school holidays here, and as you can see, there's not a lot of traffic, but what traffic there is can be awfully slow. Keep an eye on the signs on the side of the road here, like we're on State Highway 75, that's the big 75 marker that you just seen on that sign, and if the roads are not open, they will tell you such. Sometimes when we climb up over the hill to Akaroa, we get snow up there, and sometimes they'll just close the road. But it looks like it's going to be a beautiful day here today, so I'm all ready for an exciting trip. So the next little town after Horswell is Taitapu. Now in this little place you can get a really good coffee, there's a little art shop, there's all sorts of little bits and pieces you can do. So a very small outlying settlement on the peninsula. But it's, you know, a lot of people use the shop here if they're going to buy their groceries on the way home, because a lot of people actually live out on the peninsula and they'll work in Christchurch itself, so they'll drive in every day. They'll drive maybe an hour and a half into work. Just depends how far out of town you want to live, of course. I actually used to live out here myself, about halfway between Christchurch and Akaroa. Now what I suggest you do if you're driving around here is to really stick to the speed limits, because there's speed cameras everywhere. So we've got 50 kilometres an hour in Taitapu. As you can see, there's a few cars here today. Like I say, it's the school holidays. If you have a look there on the left, guys, really good general store there, beautiful ice cream and coffee. I would thoroughly recommend that. As you can see, there's a few cars there. And if you want to get some gas, of course you can get it here on the right, and you can even buy some firewood if you need some firewood for your camper van. Just a little school here. Like this is sort of like a little farming settlement before we actually head out on the peninsula itself. And on the left here we've got another bit of a garage there if you happen to break down, which we hope you don't. What have we got on the signs here? Mochikaroa 8 kilometres, Little River 35, Akaroa 63. So I would suggest, if you're not used to driving on our roads, that you give yourself at least a good hour and a half to get to Akaroa from Christchurch. You notice that sign there, that's 80 kilometres an hour. Normally the speed limit in New Zealand is 100 kilometres an hour, but what they've been doing lately, instead of actually fixing the roads, they're just going to lower the speed limit. So they've dropped the speed limit to 80 kilometres an hour. Yeah, work it out for yourself. For some reason there's also a lot of accidents on this road. A lot of tourists seem to come unstuck here, maybe because it looks so easy to drive, I don't know. Not so many accidents when we're coming up through the hills, but on these flat areas there always seems to be head-on. So remember, if you're driving here, guys, we drive on the left-hand side of the road. The weather's starting to fine up a little bit now. Normally in the middle of winter you get a really good frost, you get like -4 degrees in the morning, and then you get a beautiful day like this, and it only gets to about 12 degrees, but it's perfectly fine for going out and seeing the sights and avoiding the crowds as well, because most of the time people come to New Zealand in midsummer, and yeah, winter time can be just as good, but you're not faced with all the crowds. And sometimes in the winter time it can be a little bit cheaper as well for accommodation and everything like that. Check out this beautiful house up on the hill here. Isn't that nice, or is that nice? What a view that's got. Oh, looky, bright sunshine. Yee-haw! As you can see, well, not a lot of traffic on this road. I thought it would be busier than this actually, but you never know in New Zealand what you're going to find. See up on the hill ahead of us there's a winery tucked away up there. You would never know it was there unless you knew. And there's also lots of walking tracks, bike tracks. There's the actual rail trail that goes from Kaitap right through Birdlings Flat to Little River. You can ride your bike on the rail trail, and the rail trail is like where the railway line used to go, but they've ripped the railway lines up and now it's a bike track. Here we go, here's a lunatic coming behind us. Or maybe not a lunatic, certainly not doing the speed limit. So we're in a little country place called Mochikarara. Say that after you've had a couple of beers. If you ever look on the right here, there actually used to be a little shop here with a petrol station, but that's long gone. That shows you how old I am, doesn't it? I remember actually filling up with petrol there on the way to work in Christchurch. Now, going around this really sharp bend here, there's a little ice cream shop or tea rooms or whatever you like to call it. I think they call it the Blue Duck now. And if you want to go in there and have a bit of a feed, I recommend that thoroughly. But that gets packed in the middle of summer as well. So, you know, you may have difficulty getting a park here. Then we're going Diamond Harbour. We can go left here and go up over the mountains to Diamond Harbour. We'll do that another day, guys. Just check in my other videos and see if I've done that yet. Here is the Blue Duck. See, like I say, camper van's here already. We're about past 10 in the morning here, middle of winter, and there's still a few people there having a good feed and a coffee. And why wouldn't you? Take a look around you guys, why wouldn't you? Right, we have a look at the sign here on the left, Little River 26, Akaroa 54. So we've travelled a little bit so far, guys. I'm having a great day. If you look straight ahead on the hill, you see that square there. That's a square of pine trees that they've planted in a square. There's virtually no other vegetation on this hill apart from one square of pine trees. Now ask me why? I don't know. Here we are on the left. You can stop and buy your essentials if you love walnuts, chestnuts or potatoes. They've even got FPOS there. What more could you want? Just quite sheep corners, I was going to say. Steep corners around here. So just make sure you keep abreast of the speed limit, because you can be really tricky if you think that's a shallow corner and then you take it and then all of a sudden you're on the other side of the road. If you have a look on the right here, you can see the sheep in the paddock that have just been shorn, and the day's looking more and more and more beautiful as we go along. As we get out of the city, we're getting warmer and warmer by the look of it. Now if you have a look here on the right, this is our first glimpse of the Lake Ellesmere. And remember what I was saying about the bike trail? Here we are, we've got a couple of people on the bike here on the right, 3 people, and they're heading towards the Little River. It's a good day's bike ride. I might do that one day. Now Lake Ellesmere has, I think they've actually got trout in there as well, but they have eels and they have flounder, you know, like the white flatfish. Yummy! You can see we've got houses tucked away all over around here. You wouldn't even know they were there unless you knew. Check out here on the left, tucked in behind this hill, there's a nice looking old house there. Old weatherboard place. Would be one of the original homesteads, I would imagine. Now on the right, Lake Ellesmere again, and I'll see if I can pull over somewhere up here and actually show you how big this lake is. Give you some idea anyway. Oh, before I forget too, if we have a look up here on the right, just around this corner here, in the summertime there's a really nice fruit shop here, and you can buy fresh fruit straight from the orchard, and it's cheap and it's really yummy. But of course they're closed this time of year. Right here on the left, Kaituna Valley fruit, that's up the valley there, and it's a microclimate. So we're getting a little bit closer to Little River now. Still got the lake on our right hand side there. Lake straight ahead. let's pull over and have a look, eh? Here we go, here we go, here we go. Now this is one huge lake. Now this is one huge lake. You can see it goes basically for miles and miles and miles. See, this is where we came from down there. Christchurch is that direction. So this is actually conservation land, so if we have a look up the other side, you can see how far this lake goes. Absolutely incredible. Can you hear the geese? Can you see the geese? You can see the geese flying over there? Thousands of geese live here. So we're about halfway to Akaroa, so let's get on with it, eh? Stop mucking around, Pete, just do it. Yeah! Let's continue on. As you can see, the lake still continues on around the corner. It's absolutely huge. Now I'll tell you a little secret here, guys. If you come around here, and this is what we call the cut. It's a cut in the hill, just like a little opening that they've made. So instead of the road going around, they've just cut it through the hill, just up here. So if you see this up here, once you're on this road and you see this cut, directly to the left of this cut, there's these horrible looking trees here. See them on the left? Most beautiful plums and fruit you can ever imagine growing wild on the side of the road here. So if you come in the middle of summer when the fruit's out, just say Pete told you to stop there and grab some. It's lovely jubbly. Everyone stops there and grabs it. Alright, next little place is called Birdlings Flat, or Kakariki Spit, I think the other name is for it. You see these white bale things on the right hand side of the road? That's actually food for our cows, because our cows live outside all year round. So what they do is they mow the side of the road in the summertime, they bale it up, they put it in that big plastic wrapping, they leave it there until it's time to feed the cows in the winter time, and then the cows have got something to eat. Ain't that cool? So here we go, Birdlings Flat, Kakariki Spit, turn 300 metres. Now I'll tell you a little story about this. If you're ever travelling out here and you want to go and have a look, of course you want to go and have a look, and you think that beach looks really, really nice. So if you're ever tempted to swim at Birdlings Flat Beach, don't. I've got another video on the beach. It is really, really, really dangerous. It doesn't look dangerous, but do not do it. Trust me, there's been several people that have drowned there, so we don't want you guys to be any more statistics, do we? Anyway, check out my channel for a video on Birdlings Flat Beach if you're interested. But we're going to continue on to Akaroa now. Next stop, Little River. See guys, we're starting to get into the hills a little bit now. It's getting a little bit foggy, so hopefully when we get up over the top of the hill and we look over Akaroa, it'll be a beautiful day. Keep everything crossed. See this thing on the left here, guys? This sort of big thing on wheels? That's an irrigator. It's a pivot irrigator. It has a pivot point in the front, and those wheels just automatically go round and water all the farmland. That's pretty cool, eh? And if you have a look on the right here, this is actually Lake Forsyth. So we've got Lake Ellesmere and Lake Forsyth. And the lake looks pretty dirty today. Lots of flounders in here, flatfish as well. I've eaten my fair share of flounders out of that lake, I can tell you that. Eels, smoked eel, lovely jubbly. As you can see, we're getting a little bit more hillier now. Old historic homestead here on the left under the shadow of the hills. Pretty scenic sort of place, isn't it? Right, here we are, we're starting to come into Little River. Getting closer and closer to Akaroa. Now if you have a look on the left here guys, up on the hill just a little bit, there's the Little River pub. Nice for a pie or a raspberry and coke or something like that. Or Little River Inn. They've got a flash name now. We used to call it the local pub. Southern Bay's turn right if you want to go there, but we want to go to Akaroa, so we're going straight through Little River. Little River. Another little town. It's quite a little touristy town actually. All sorts of things to do here. You can go on walks, you can go bike rides, do all sorts of things. Good walking tracks, good pies, fish and chips. Oh, Pete loves his food, you know how it is. Once again, it's sort of a hub of a farming community, but it's got quite touristy lately. Not too many people here today, obviously, as being the middle of winter. Mind you, it is still school holidays. So you can get gas here on the left. They've got an information centre here on the left as well, as you can see. Go in there, you'll be surprised what you can do here. A nice little store. It always gets busy in there. Really nice pies. See here as well on the left, they've got these sort of outbuildings here that they make look like silos. You can actually live in them. Still pretty cool. Still pretty cool. Now, this building here on the left is a junk shop, or they call it the local brick and brack centre, I think. Then we come round a bit, and then we hit a little place called Coop Town, which is not much here, just a petrol station. If you happen to get a flat tyre or something, they could probably fix it for you. And then what we do is we run straight up the hill and we head towards Akaroa, which is what all you guys have been waiting for. Coop Town. Once again, quite a picturesque little town, especially in the middle of summer when all the blossoms are out, and it's really, really nice. But you can't have both. You can't have no crowds and blossoms. So we're doing it in the winter time. We're starting to climb up the hills now. See, it's slippery next 7 kilometres and windy and icy and all sorts of horrible stuff. So if you're coming over here in the winter, just take it easy. You can hear the car starting to change down now. Watch out for big stock trucks coming the other way, as you can see now. Some of these corners are pretty wicked, and especially if there's ice on the road, because we're climbing quite high. Oh, he's keen. Bicycling down here. I bet you wouldn't be biking up here. As you can see, we're getting into the fog now. So we're on a 10-degree slope here. More touristies coming the other way. Good on you guys. Hope you're having fun. Still climbing, guys. Getting higher and higher. Wouldn't want to be falling down that valley. Look at the mist and the fog. I don't know if that's sea fog or we're just up through the clouds. Woohoo! Steep little bit of road. We have a couple of slow vehicle bays around here, so if you're not confident enough in driving, just make sure that you keep pulling over to the left to let people pass you. I know what it was like when I was driving in America. It takes a little while to get used to it, I tell you, especially when you're on the wrong side of the road. As you can see, we're getting higher and higher. Getting pretty fogged in up here. Keen man on a motorcycle. Got a caravan up ahead of us, about 1 kilometre. Let the motorbike go past because we're slower than he is. Look at the fog down the valley, guys. You wouldn't want to fall down there. Even looking down there makes me feel bilious. Even the motorbike, see the motorbike up there, guys? He's going slow as well. Normally they tear around here, but she's a bit greasy today. Better to be a slow Kiwi than a dead Kiwi, that's my theory. And we're coming up to the top. Tourist drive, turn left. Are we tourists or what? There we go, Akaroa, we're going right, and we want to go to Eastern Bays via Summit Road. That's a really good trip. I'll do that another day, and we'll see that. That is awesome, that. So let's go to Akaroa, guys. Here we are up the top, and you can't see a damn thing because of the cloud. Hilltop Tavern. This has got the best view, I think, in the South Island from this pub, if the cloud wasn't here. Akaroa, 18 kilometres. So here we are on top. Normally you can see right down the valley there, guys. Oh, this is just sucky. You're saying to us, you're lying to us, Pete. We can't even see Akaroa from here. Winding road, next 7 kilometres. Well, what do you think we've been doing to get up here? Good luck, we might break through the cloud and we'll be able to see. No, we can't see much, guys. She's really horrible, in fact. Now, we seem to have hit a band of rain up the top of these hills. It's quite a shame, really. But anyway, we shall continue on, and hopefully it may clear the lower we get. Doesn't stop people from coming, though. Yeah, Lord, I just say, look at that. Camper van, is it? Yep. 1, 2 camper vans. Good on ya, guys. Good on ya. It's a bit of a shame that the cloud's so bloody low, because you get really nice views from up here. We might be getting a bit of a break in the cloud there, with a bit of luck. Guess thick this road is down here. She just curls on top of each other, going down. Woohoo! That's what I mean. You don't want to be doing this when it's slippery. Got a little bit of a view there, guys, a little bit. Let's pull up and see if we can actually see anything. Still pretty cloudy, can you see that? She's cloudy down there. The road doesn't really get any better. I think that's why they lowered the speed limit on this road to 80 kilometres an hour. Anyway, we're not far away from Akaroa, New Zealand's only French village, I think. Well, I could be wrong. I've been wrong once or twice before. There's a little waterfall down there. Did you see that? Oh, there's a boat. Man's keen fishing today. Here we are, guys, Berries Bay. I can almost smell Akaroa from here. French farm. Left that low cloud behind. We can sort of see now. French farm 3 k's to the right. And we're heading towards Akaroa. Devotionals is 3 k's and Akaroa is 12. Like we've got the cheese factory here. Stop it there and get some cheese, have a taste. Yum, yum, yum. No wonder I've got such a big belly. Imagine coming to Akaroa all those years ago, 150 years ago. The French made it their own. Accommodation there to the right, left, sorry, I don't know my left from my right these days. Must be getting old. Look at the view out there. Can you see that on the right hand side? You can see right out to the ocean almost. And coming up here, we got Pigeon Bay to the left, little Akaroa or Akaloa to the left, but we're going to Akaroa main, big Akaroa to the right. Those little bays, that little Akaloa and Pigeon Bay, they're beautiful for camping. Freedom camping in the summertime, awesome. Devotional. Another cute little settlement. Nice little pub there on the right. Got a gas station. You can even buy yourself a new car if you happen to roll down one of those hills and make a big whoopsie on the way over here. Look at the Devotional Bay there. See that there, guys? Isn't that awesome? On the right, see between the mountains there, there's the sea. We've got a little on-the-spot general store. Cute little houses. As we come around the bay here, you see all the sheds there with the different coloured doors. They're pretty cool, aren't they? It's just a pity the day's not a little bit better. You can actually smell the sea. Can you smell the sea? We need smell-o-vision. You go down there, camping to the right there, there's a camping ground, all sorts of good stuff. And we start to climb again. There's the camping ground there. O'Kane's Bay and Le Bon's Bay. We've got a left turn 250 metres. Awesome here in the summertime. Like I say, there's bays for miles. You can go and you can stay from one bay to the next bay to the next bay, and then a month later you're off Banks Peninsula, you know, heading somewhere else. You need a lot of time to do it, that's the only thing. So if you want to go to the bays, you're going left there, guys, or the museum, the O'Kane's Bay Museum. That's a really good museum as well. So go to left there. Also along here, heaps of walking tracks, biking, all sorts of weird and wonderful things. I love it, I love it, I love it. So I love being a Kiwi. Robinson's Bay now. Got someone else taking advantage of the winter rates. Camper van heading the other way. Go past. Another bay there, guys. Robinson's Bay. And the weather certainly isn't improving. So we might have finally broken through the weather. Hope so anyway. Looks like we've got some young people in the camper van ahead of us. Just a basic camper van. Doing the budget New Zealand OE. So we've got another camping ground on the left here, guys. You can pitch a tent, park a camper, or they've even got cabins. So we've got Akaroa, or the Old Coach Road, or Long Bay Road. So we want to go to Akaroa. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Eastern Bays, Long Bays, Akaroa Winery. Nope, let's just go straight round and drop down the valley and we should be where we want to be. And there we have it, guys, right in front of us. Middle of winter in Akaroa, South Island, New Zealand. Look at that, look at that, look at that. That's what we come to see. We made it, guys. Akaroa. Here's the marina here on the right. And we'll go and have a bit of a cruise around, eh, and have a look. So here we go to Akaroa. Look at that, we've got the old pub here. We've got the police station in case we all get into trouble. Outdoor seating area, there are not many people here today because it's too bloody wet. Isn't this place cute, or is this place cute? Got an old homestead here. Couple of campers over there overlooking the bay. Why wouldn't you? Even on a day like today, why wouldn't you? Look at this. See how we've got the old settings looking here, all the old looking buildings and that. Is that cool, or is that cool? I think it's cool. Still quite a few people around, a lot of cars, even on a day like today. Restaurants are all packed. I love it, I love it, I love it. Fudge shop, yum. Also got the best fish and chips in New Zealand here too, I think. We're pretty close to it. Yeah, that's alright, just pull out in front of me, you'll be doing alright, eh? Must be a tourist. The old clock there. It's not slowing down for people. I mean, we're talking winter time. Pretty awesome. beautiful day. This is crazy busy, crazy busy. And then we've got all the dolphin tours and the whale watching, all sorts of good stuff like that. Just this rain's just annoying me a little bit, that's all. Little shops down here, we can walk around and have a look. So guys, we made it to Akaroa. The weather's actually starting to clear up a little bit. I wouldn't say it's an exactly brilliant day, but it's better than what we started out with. So we're here, we did our road trip, so that'll give you some idea what to expect when driving out of the CBD Christchurch all the way to Akaroa. Just have a look around, guys. Is this awesome or is this awesome? What can you say? It's pretty good, eh? Even under a cloudy sky. Hey, is this cute or is this cute? Even got some funky music going on in the pub across the road. What's not to like? Anyway guys, same as usual, if you like my videos, subscribe, drop me a like, drop me a comment. If you want to see a trip I did to the west coast, check up this side, I'll put a link up here for you. And if you want to see the 10 most delicious road trip foods that I eat when I'm on a road trip in New Zealand, check up this side guys. And remember, if it's Kiwi, it's got to be cool, doesn't it? Bye.